Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It is the Ace Micheals Show, and if you're here, you know that already, but I have to say it. So it's Ace Micheals Show, and listen, if you ever want to be on the show, you're welcome to. You can call us. It's 702-540-3498, or I get it, you don't like to call people. Right, you can email. You can email Be On The Buzz. I dare you. Be On The Buzz at yahoo.com. And if you do so, that gives us an opportunity to put you on the show, and you can share your ideas, opinions, suggestions, convictions, beliefs, dreams, goals, you name it. All right, so that's what's up with that. Today, my guest is Terry. Terry is a musician who's not just a musician, because when I say musician, I get the picture of a guy just tooling away in his garage, like, wah, 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 wah. No, he's a recording artist, musician. He's actually got albums out, and you may have heard us talk about it already. He's on his you're on your fourth album now?
Yes, my fourth album.
Do you know how many people can't even make 4 songs, much less 4 albums? Like, that's a big accomplishment, bro.
I know. I remember back years ago, it was hard to get out even 2 songs.
Yeah. And so are you, like, what's the status? Are you playing everything yourself, or do you have a band? Or are you going through a producer who plays everything? How are you getting the mechanical work done?
Well, the first 2 albums I did myself. My wife's cousin worked for Polygram Records. He's a producer, worked with Ricky Martin and some other people in the 90s.
Oh, my gosh. Nice. Nice.
And him and I did the first album, most of it by ourselves musically, and I sang all the harmonies and everything. But the last 2 albums, we do a combination of me playing and a combination of a group of top musicians in Phoenix, Arizona, I think, a studio that Jose knows, and we got some really top people. I'm doing some keyboards, and we've got some orchestration going there between Jose and the people to create the songs and everything. But it's really working out good. You know, like the Nashville groups?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Now, you're in Los Angeles doing this?
Yes, about 30 miles east of Los Angeles in near Rancho Cucamonga in North.
Interesting. Now, this Jose, I mean, there's a billion Jose's, but just out of curiosity, I happen to know a producer in L.A. Who's Jose. Do you mind, what's Jose's last name?
Muro. Jose Muro?
Nah, not him. This guy, his last name starts with a G, and it's hard for me to pronounce it, but when I hear it, I can say it back. But no, it's a different Jose, and guess what? He's also a musician, and he's also a producer. So there you have it. There's the story of Jose's. So that's cool. You're doing your thing. So I got a question for you, Terry, and this is kind of a loaded question, but is the record industry dead? Like, are people still going to make albums? Are people going to buy albums? Because it seems like it's kind of a past art form.
Yes, it's pretty much has. The word has been out for the last 20 years. It's been a dead art form as far as Hollywood and people going to taking your cassette or album to A&R man. But no, it's not dead. People are still carrying on with their albums, especially on the East Coast. The doo-wop, the 50s and 60s are coming back alive. It's very strong. I didn't even know about it. Even here, there are people that are interested in the 60s and 70s that are interested in listening to and playing some of the albums. It's just on the West Coast, I think you have to have a little more bucks to give to somebody to get them to play it. But I have a lot of luck on the East Coast and the Midwest, and also these stations on the internet, radio, and some stations that are like out here in New England that have a network in Europe and Brazil and different places. So the music is getting out. People are still making albums. They're still selling them on iTunes like I do, and Rhapsody and Spotify. It's not dead. It's not dead. People are still selling their albums. It all depends on what's popular. If like salsa is popular in Brazil or Japan for dancing, people are, of course, they're listening to the newer form of music that, we all could do, us musicians from the 60s and 70s. but we leave it to them unless we come across a good writing song to do something that's more the new 20, 25-year-old millennial type sound. I do stuff that's a little older than that, unless I come across something. But there's always a chance. I mean, I got some UK play from a couple updated tunes that I did. So, no, it's not dead.
Interesting. It's very interesting. You know what I was curious about? Obviously, you know, we lost Michael Jackson, we lost Prince, and they were very visual artists. I always looked forward to Michael Jackson's performances. When they said, you know, he's going to be on a show, I was super excited because I know he's going to bring this extra element, not just a good song, but this extra element. So those guys are gone. But I like Bruno Mars, for example. And
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, and when I see him performing, I kind of feel like he's kind of putting a new energy into the entertainment business in general. Like artists like him, artists like Ariana Grande, you know, the newer artists that are bringing Katy Perry, they're bringing a whole nother element of theatrics to the performance. Would you agree with that? When you see one of these young artists, you say, "Oh, now this is the guy that's making it easier for me to sell records."
Yes, I'd agree with that because people want to see something visually. They, like you said, with Michael Jackson, you used to go to the concert expecting that extra thing. You just didn't want to hear somebody standing up there and singing, no matter if they had a hit or not. Those are the days gone by. Yeah, you have to have an extra show. People are looking for a show. They're looking for somebody to do something they created to enhance whatever they do to get the attention of their people for concerts and shows and things. So that's it. All depends on what type of music you're doing. Bruno Mars, boy, he was phenomenal. I mean, I think he was discovered by Michael Jackson at one time, but his parents had a little store, and he started as an Elvis impersonator. And what a talent! But he had visualized in his mind what he wanted to do, and that's what an artist has to do in these days. They have to visualize what kind of show they want to put out, what they want in the background, whether it's dancers to enhance their show, and it all helps because people are looking for that, whether it's a concert, a casino, whatever it is, but they have to do something to enhance their style, genre of music. I agree fully, 100%.
And wouldn't you think now, as a musician yourself, wouldn't you think that also, how about good writing? You know, like if you had songs like, I'm just going to pick on Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, a great songwriter. I mean, I can listen to some of his songs and I can really be taken to a place. And of course, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Elton John, you know, these kind of guys, Stevie Wonder. But if you're just writing about going to a club and getting drunk and hooking up with a girl, it's probably not going to encourage a lot of people to want to buy an album because, after all, we've heard that story a million times. Would you agree with that? Like, it comes back to the basics. Write a good song and you might sell a lot of records.
Yes, I'd agree with that, but there are exceptions to where something just catches the sound or the style or something, whether a song means nothing. For the whole last 30, 40 years, somebody has done a fluke thing to where it just, you know, we know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
That can still happen. It can still happen. It all depends.
Now, is there any type of music style that you purposefully stay away from? Like, do you purposefully, for example, stay away from political songs? Even though you may have a political opinion, is there a place where you say, well, yeah, but that doesn't belong in my music. I'm not going to write about that.
I stay away from political songs because I really think that there's too much of a divide between people today, and I'm really not interested in putting out a political statement. I know what I believe, and I'm open to other people's ideas and things, but no, I pretty much stay away from that, and I was never that much into rap, although I'm starting to, some of it's, I can listen to with the hip-hop a little bit, but I kind of like, don't really. I did a song remake, Blue Velvet. I put a rap section in there, but I changed it around because it didn't work out for me at that time. But I would do something that would have a little rap in it. But as far as staying away from any other music, no, not really. I'm open. I do a lot of different types of music: salsa, R&B, jazz standards, anything. Mostly anything except I mean, I guess I could do some Bach and Beethoven if I had to.
Yeah. And Terry, do you write from your own personal experience a lot of times?
Not a lot. No, I've written, collaborated with people, and I've written 2 or 3 tunes, but I'm not really interested that much in writing verse chorus. Although I have some talent doing that, I'd rather spend my time working on my talent is with my ear and being able to sing other people's original tunes or remake songs with my voice, vocals, and my keyboards, and I play guitar too. But it's not my passion to sit there for hours unless I work with somebody and we collaborate and have some interest that we strike on something that we really like or have an interest that really has a ring to it or something.
I got you. I feel you. And so if people want to now, because they fell in love with your award-winning personality today, now they want to find you on social media and whatnot, where do they go to reach out and stay connected with you?
You can reach me, Terry Lawrence, on Facebook. I'm on there. I'm on Reverb Nation, Terry Lawrence. There's a couple of them on there. They can also reach me at Apple iTunes.
Oh, wow.
My albums are, all 3 albums and individual songs are on iTunes, Terry Lawrence. I'm also on Rhapsody, Spotify, and Amazon.com. At YouTube, I have my songs on YouTube. Plus, I was a child actor, and I have a couple movies. I was in The Lone Ranger in '57.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
a lot younger looking, I guess, than I am. I'm not going to mention my age, but I'm not going to even mention the year of the film.
Right.
So it is playing on TV, on Cozy TV, on cable. Lone Ranger with Buddy Bear fighting Lone Ranger, and I'm little kid going across the prairie. I'm on a movie with Trooper Hook and Barbara Stamek that we made with Little Indian Boy. Everybody's seen that in black and white. They're even on eBay selling mugs and flyers for that. Years that played, and nobody said anything, but everybody knows the movie. I was on the Art Linkletter show years ago. I was on the Sang with the Lennon Sisters on the Lawrence Welk show.
Wow.
Did the Air and a bunch of things. So I retired at the grand old age of 11. I met all these stars, Leave It to Beaver, and all those people when we were going back and forth. So I'm just a musician. I was an electronic technician for a medical company for years. I'm retired, and I just do music now. And they can find me. They can find me on YouTube. I'm in the process of doing a video, but I've got everything else on YouTube, Amazon.com, iTunes, and what I just mentioned, Facebook, and the other one, Reverb Nation, and any other communications. They can reach me. They can see me on the internet there.
And they can, of course, your name is spelled just like the regular Lawrence, Lawrence. So Terry Lawrence is how they can find you. Probably no relation to Jennifer, Joey, or Martin.
Or Steve Lawrence.
Or Steve, right.
Or Edie Gourmet. Either.
Or Edie. Probably none of those people, huh?
None of those people.
Well, that is what's up. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, it is what it is. Hey, Terry, thank you for being on the show today, man. I appreciate you so much. You guys reach out to Terry. Check out his music. If it's on Apple Music, I mean, it's probably right there on your phone or the whatever device you're watching this on. You can probably just go right there and get it.
And all those listings are on Facebook too. I put them on there too.
And that is what's up. And you know what I say at the end of every show, and I still mean it: live the life you love the life you live. Terry's been my guest today. You guys have also been my guests. Thank you very much. Thank you, Terry.
Thanks, it was a pleasure.
Excellent.
Thank you.